Oh, microphone. There we go. Microphone on. Whoa, this looks a mess. Let's clean this up. Welcome everybody. Oh, are we not going to work? No, maybe. Let's just load that on and cool. Yes, welcome. What a crazy day it has been. Let's just open up a trading view chart and we can have a look at this. So yeah, how's everyone getting on? It's been one of those like I sent out an announcement earlier today basically for the crew, just saying like days like today when there's so much emotion flying around, there's so much volatility, there's so much uncertainty, it's just really difficult to trade. So I know there's been quite a lot of people. I've seen a couple of comments already here in the chat, people that have had a rough day of trading. It's typical of this. Even if you get the direction right, even if you're confident that the low is going to be in, or even if you're confident that we're going to get a move out of this, or even if you were confident in certain trades throughout the day, like just the sheer volatility that we've had is going to be, yeah, really tough to trade. So for me, I mentioned this earlier in the chat with in the Discord. Like I've taken 2 scalps today, and I've bought some spot alts. That's literally all I've done. The two trades I took were, these are the ones that we were going over earlier. There was the golden pocket, and I closed that at VWAP, so I got a tiny little bounce off of that. I could have been massively in profit, but you know what? It doesn't matter. A trade's a trade. And then I took a short up here off of this weekly level, and again took profit really quickly on that. That's literally the only 2 that I've taken. I'm not participating in this move, and yeah, I'm going to wait for this to have a little bit more clarity with it. So yeah, it's been a really interesting day just to watch, to take part in the trades that seem like that you have good confidence on, the ones that aren't impulsive like this, but generally let the impulse take care of itself. Just allow that to take care of itself, see where things settle, and we'll have a new range to trade tomorrow. So at this point, we've taken out the highs. It's an SFP of the highs. It would have been quite a nice short opportunity. Again, it's there. And it was, yeah, definitely a short as you come up and take these highs. So that would have been a really nice trade. We also have, I did just see Farron in the chat here mentioning that we do have an anchored VWAP from up at these highs here. Now on the BTC USD pair, that hasn't hit. That was a level that I was looking at. But that hasn't hit. But yeah, we've come through a bunch of stuff, and we're currently just hanging around this monthly open, weekly open region here. I don't know why my monthly open is set to the 21st of Feb, but I'm pretty sure if I drag that back to that's in the correct spot. Let's just pull it back here to the 1st of Feb. There we go. That's where it should be. It is in the right place. I just don't know why it had moved all the way over here. So yeah, we're just hanging around that region now, seeing if it can hold, reclaiming weekly open, possibly, yeah, possibly still bullish-ish, but I don't think we're gonna, uh, well, we'll see what happens. Like some chop around here. Let's see if it maybe just chops around, just holds within this area for a while. Find a little range that we find a little range that we can trade and start trading it again. But yeah, we'll just let this impulse do what it wants to do. And we can have a look. I guess we'll do the usual. Any questions that people may have, anything anyone wants to ask in regards to the chart. All right, yeah, fine. You're looking at the 15th of Feb. See, I've got it from the actual pivot high up here. But if we do pull that across, I would imagine. There we go. So we do have the anchor VWAP coming in around that, where that SFP is. I'm going to keep mine there. I like it there. And I'm also going to anchor this to the high, just so I'm aware that that is our anchored VWAP from our absolute pivot high. I believe that did give us confluence. It did, yes, like earlier on. Okay, cool. Um. Okay. So yeah, everyone smash up the likes. Let's get the likes up again in here. It'll be nice to get this up to 100 likes. I know we're not even at 100 viewers yet, but hopefully we'll get to 100 viewers at some point soon. But yeah, let's try and consistently get 100 likes on these live streams. That'll be good, and then we can start to work our way up those YouTube algorithms and rankings so that more people see us and watch us and everything, because that would be very nice. Okay. I guess what would be nice for me is if, like, let's just find, I think if you took a short from up at these highs, I'd say that's a pretty decent short position. What I'd be now looking at is a movement down back towards, like, these kind of lows again that we saw earlier. I mean, if you could get that quick move down and get a really fast reversal out of that, that would be good, but that would give people an opportunity to get back in again, so maybe not. Um, yeah, hard to call. We'll see what happens when the volume dies down. It's not the kind of stuff I really want to be trading as these like really quick moves up higher, unless I can get in on the high, where we got that imbalance, but I just missed it, so fair enough. Uh, Sarah, did it fill CME gap? I believe oh, CME gap. Nearly. Nearly. Okay, yeah, I mean that's as good as a fill on this. You've come right up into these this area here. You've taken out these highs, so yeah, basically there. Also on the SPX, obviously, we've had that gap fill and then a pretty major move higher on there. So for those of you, so we were talking about on S&P 500 this morning. So this is the second live stream I've done today. And then I'm going to do Asia Trading Room in like a few hours. So that will be 3 sessions that I've done today, which is crazy. And we've done voice chat in the afternoon. So yeah, it's been a really full-on day, even though I told everyone not to trade it. But yeah, so yeah, the winners were the gap fill to the upside. So we were about, I think that was it was a narrow win for the gap up to win. That's the one that I chose earlier on as we got that open, which is right on another gap from here, and then we have this little one below. So gap up is the winner. They have won, and yeah, really kind of strong reaction from that, which is a little bit surprising because, I mean, if anyone watched the speech from Grandpa Joe, it didn't really inspire a lot of confidence, I thought, but clearly the markets liked it, and clearly this is where we're going. So yeah, back at this key level again. So this is where we broke down and closed below yesterday, which is what triggered all of this selling. So we are at a really big important level on the S&P. If it can reclaim this, take out these highs, I think, and form a range here, I think that would be really quite a good, like quite a strong sign of strength. But we are at resistance. Do not FOMO into the pump. Non-financial advice, but never ever FOMO into the pump. Just wait for things to settle down, build a position when things become a bit more clear, and things will soon become a lot more clear anyway. But yeah, it's been eventful for sure. Let's go back on to Bitcoin. We could just have a look locally. I'm tired already. I do not know how I'm going to be able to stay awake for the Asia session this afternoon, but this evening, but we will give it a go. Huge imbalance up at the highs. Nice, someone in a very nice short position right up there. So someone got a nice short. They are probably pretty safe. Right now, I would imagine we're getting. Have we taken that low yet? Yeah, well, now we have. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, now we've taken out that low. I was going to say, I would imagine we're building a little bit of divergence at the lows there, but it's too late anyway. Um, okay. So we're getting a lot of shorts piling in once again. This is going to be choppy. It's going to be very, very choppy for the next few hours because there's no liquidity. This was just a complete, like, you have all this liquidity that's left above you and just charged through it. If we go onto the TPO, big row of single prints below. I need to increase tick size. Let's go for like 200 tick on this because it's been so volatile. So a big row of single prints below. We're way above our initial balance high. That would be a nice support area. It looks like we're like pretty even profile from high to low. So I'm going to check that out. Whether we came into... Nah, it doesn't matter. And then a big old selling tail here. Cool. Delirium gap fill to the downside now. Yeah, that would be interesting. I wonder if we'll get that. So if we are to get this at this point, this big move down, imagine that. What a move that would be if we do come down again on the SPX. Like this would be, you'd have to have something serious, like a 6% move to the downside in order to get this big ABCD correction playing out, which would be pretty crazy. So that was a potential scenario that we could be looking at. And of course that can still happen. So we could chop around here, we could come down and we could hit this later on. There's absolutely no reason why we can't do that. So yeah. Some people still want to dump it. Yeah. So did anyone buy any alts? I bought some Luna, I bought some Dot, I bought some Sol. And yeah, Luna Luna Sol, just the layer ones, just adding a little bit of each of those to my portfolio. So I'll have a look at this. Luna's been really nice. Sol's had a really, really good reaction as well. Luna's been just one of the strongest performing assets over the past few days anyway. Like whilst everything else has been down, Luna has been sideways, which is good. AVAX is up on the day. So the layer ones are doing great. Dot's up on the day. Uh, this was the trade I was in on Dot. So I got stopped out of the trade. And then as we came down and we were at the lows, I was like, well, I kind of like where it is anyway, so I'm just going to buy some spot on here. Yeah, so one of those days you get stopped out and then it ends up actually coming back. So, P, I am not going to buy any CRO. I don't think there's any other alts I want to buy. I think everything else is good. I just like scaling into those layer ones and things. This little stupid trade we had the other day didn't quite work either. Oh, what we got locally going on? And I'm tired. I'm gonna. I'm not gonna stay on here for very long. uh, Link, yeah. Link as a sport link. That would make sense. Will we retrace this whole move? We shall see. How about a little descending wedge. It's not, but there you go. There's a descending wedge for you. P, I'm not seeing double messages from you, so don't worry. I mean, I don't know if anyone else is seeing double messages from you. That might just be you. Delirium bought a bit more launchable today. Yeah, I haven't bought any of that for a long time. I haven't even staked in any of their projects for for ages and ages and ages. None of these old low caps from back in bull market times have done anything, have they? Everything's still kind of wrecked. I'd like to get back into some of these nice projects from like last year, but I'd like QNT, ZCX, those kind of things. I'm interested to see if they ever do anything again, because I traded them at one point really nicely. I'd like to. These projects are ones that I understand, like the way that they did move previously. But yeah, I'm really not seeing any opportunities to get back into anything like this at the moment. This stuff is all way, 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 way down. Mm. Yeah, way too early. Way too early to be buying anything small cap for me anyway. Jerome, Lukey, so interesting. So yeah, so I did just mention a minute ago I have bought some spot Sol today. Solana. I think it looks good overall. Like it's at a decent level. It's one of those that you can trust that it's not going anywhere. I mean it's FTX. So let's just remove this because it was up here that we had the resistance. But yeah, basically Solana. Whoa, I meant to do something else. This? You, yeah. You took out the lows today and you've got a nice reaction off of that. Is what it is. I'd like to see retraces and then start to form a low. We could still go much lower in the charts. I'm not saying that we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, I did buy a little bit here. And I bought a little bit of Luna. And I bought a little bit of Dot. I'm going to rechart Solana. Nothing to look at, is there? It's just this little daily block. What do you think about people calling for 81k now? I mean, you get a reaction like this for the lows, and everyone is going to turn bullish again. It's way, way, way too early for me. I like to trade ranges. I'll let the impulses take care of themselves. I'll trade the ranges. The impulses just affect my portfolio, my spot positions. And if I do get a scalp that gets into an impulsive move, then great. 81k, yeah, of course it's possible. In the same way that going below 30k is still absolutely possible. We've not changed any macro. Like, there's literally nothing on the macro at all. I mean, zoom out onto this. We're below this, like, really key area of support and resistance. So this is like that, basically, this whole region that we failed to hold over the past few days. You got huge resistance here. Of course, this could just roll over. That could be like a little pump that we see then, and then you get more bad news, and we just roll over and we take out the lows. But yeah, if we were to go to, if this is a low that's in, right now. And I mean, off of the reaction, it could be. There's no reason at all to think that we can't go up like to the top of the channel again or higher. So yeah, don't care about the macro. Really don't care about the macro. Today, like anyone that's shorted down here was going to get punished. So that's all this is at the moment. We're back below these lows unless these can get reclaimed and we close the weekly above like the weekly open. We end up getting a close on the monthly about there. Remember, tomorrow is options expiry. So that's pretty major. So we do have across traditional markets and Bitcoin, it's the last Friday of the month. So we will be getting options expiry tomorrow. Um, that's kind of significant. So that could cause, again, potential volatility, potential stuff going on in the chart. Yeah. Jerome, Luke, is this Quasimodo setup valid here? We took the highs and broke local market structure. Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can trade it as that. You can have a um. You'd want to see a deep retrace if you're going to trade it as a Quasimodo, like at least kind of the point 0.5 from where we've just come into. Otherwise, you've not got the risk to reward on this at all. So, I mean, ideally, at this point, if you're going to trade this as okay, downtrend, 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 yeah, downtrend, I guess still. Change market structure, you'd want to be coming back into here, so back into this weekly region, back into that golden pocket from around the point 0.5. You might be okay, and it sets you up for a trade. But the problem with that is, I mean, if you get a deep retrace like this and you're aiming for higher, I just don't know if I trust that. We'll have to see how we get there and what happens. I mean, if we're going to short squeeze and we're actually going to go to higher targets, higher prices, it should just do that anyway. It shouldn't need to come back down here. This should generate enough. The books are thin enough that they could just force price up higher, up towards that 42k area. That's generally what we see on these big breakouts is you just want to see it hold and get continuation. It would set up a trade if we come down here, but I wouldn't automatically take that for sure. Because then those lows become really, yeah, risky again. Ah. Sure, evil. Quasimodo setup. Well, yeah, it's one of the playbook strategies. So again, we've got our within the crew membership, we have like a bunch of playbook strategies. The Quasimodo slash Trident is a specific setup that we do trade where we're looking for a change of market structure and then you're coming back into your reference level. It's essentially just almost like basic, yeah, basic market structure theory, Wyckoff stuff a little bit. But yeah, it's a most trades that we take are based off of that kind of idea. Also, what's up with ETH? ETH's fine, right? Nothing's up with ETH. It's just being Ethereum. Oh wow, ETH's like mega, mega, mega trend line has held. So we've actually had that move down into that like the ultimate the ultimate trend line on Ethereum. So that's kind of interesting. Do we have any like new high time frame levels on here? I haven't traded ETH for a long time. Nah, nah, ETH's just being ETH. Came into this daily order block, back tested some of these, took out all these lows. Yeah, fair enough. On the USD pair, so that was the Bitcoin pair. Bullish on the week. Yeah, not too much. I want to have a look at if I load this. It's only at 39 likes and 60 viewers. I guess it's the second time I've gone live today. So it's yeah, a bit quiet and everyone's probably fed up of the charts. Let's try and get it up to at least 50 likes. Everyone like the video. Like the video. Like the stream. Please. Otherwise, I'm just going to go because I'm tired. And I've got to stay awake anyway for like 3, 4 more hours. Peter Johnson, yes. Dot's one of the ones that I did buy today. It did have a nice sweep of the lows. So we can have a quick look at that. I mean, I flicked on the chart earlier. So yeah, we can have a quick look at that. Everyone's leaving the stream because they're going to watch that. they're probably going and watching someone else that just literally talks about one level that and doesn't tell anyone what it is. Fucking idiots. But it's all good. All right. Dot. Just gonna look at the dot on the macro. Just see where the low was. Coming into that weekly. Yeah, I mean for dot it was this region here. This whole like double weekly monthly region taking out these lows that I was wanting to see. So we did get that, and we're actually having quite a nice close on this candle. So again, it's a similar situation. If you can change market structure and hold above here, that would start to give you a little bit of confidence that that's potentially a low to take from like more of a swing trade invalidation. But at the moment, I mean, right now there's been no like, you haven't been able to get into any swing trades on anything. So although I've bought spot, I'm not like taking any trades on this because for the alts I would tend to want to like take these as a swing. So I'd want to see some continuation and I'd want to see a pullback into this region and then use that as my invalidation as long as the whole market's looking okay. And then you can basically play it back up to here or play it up to the yearly level. You can do any of that kind of stuff afterwards, but at least like then you've set your risk. Like you've got that risk set and you can then decide the trade off of it. But I mean, it could very easily roll over. You've got to see it change market structure. You've got to see this start to hold and absorb. Then you can find trades. And at that point, that's when the market starts to look better. So there's not really, no difference in levels with this. Same with Luna. I want to see this trend continue, and then I want to see it basically come back into here, see if it can hold, and then I'm looking to trade that a bit more. Same with Solana. I mean, you've got brief change of market structure, but again coming back in, making a higher low at some point. That's what I want to. That's what I'm looking for, and eventually things are going to start to do that. You got to see those market structure changes though first. Not many of them are doing it. Bitcoin Cash. Yeah. Luxury is here. Welcome, Luxury. Okay. Let's see if we can get another move back up to the upside, because this is looking okay here. Just looking at continued spot buying and this selling just basically coming from perps. It's looking okay. We're on like we've got really negative funding right now as well. Let me just pull this up. So this is why I would quite like to see some continuation if possible on this. Again, we're looking at negative funding once again. This wasn't even negative funding earlier on. So it's only just started to go that now that we're getting the rise. So we are starting to see spot lead the move up, which is good. So we do have that slight premium on spot, which is giving us this negative funding, which, yeah, which is healthy. That would support continuation on the move. Our open interest has had quite a nice move up since we did come down to those lows. So if we do look at the aggregated open interest, that's been quite a significant move higher on there. We've also had, whoa, didn't mean to do that. We've also had a decent number of liquidations today. So you can see the amount of liquidations. And again, this is supporting, potentially supports the low is in, because for the first time, you see we had this big move down. And we only got like, yeah, not a great amount of longs liquidated, and then now this is just completely crushing the bears. So short positions wrecked, which is decent. I mean, that's what you want to see. That's supporting, again, continuation off of this. So liquidations, open interest, funding rate, there's, yeah, potential that we could see some continuation on here. Does this give you like an hourly? Hey, you've had about the same amount of shorts and longs liquidated today, which is kind of cool. So both sat at like 120 million. And that's just from the exchanges that are showing it. Fear and greed indexes on here. And of course, do go check out the website, tauruscrypto.com. If you have not watched any of our videos before, please do like and subscribe. Yep, cool. Let's go back onto here, and then I'm going to wrap things up. Peter, Matic was Matic was lovely to trade. Yeah, I heard a lot of people talking about Matic today and how that had some really decent price action on it. Let's just have okay, one last little look at the what's going on locally, and then do I want to look at this one? Yeah, this will do. Open interest just got completely wrecked. Shorts got destroyed. Look at it. Carnage. Shorts. Late shorts. Completely wrecked. And quite a decent. Long's actually holding okay here. So you are getting profit taking going on, but yeah. Uh, it's holding okay. There's not too many longs closing out. So all of the decrease in open interest has just been from shorts getting stopped. Matish. Sputnik, what do you think of retrace to 36.5? Yeah, this is what I was talking about like 15 minutes ago. Again, you can rewind if you want a more detailed explanation, but yes, if you're trading this as a change of market structure, you've got the trident set up and then you're coming back down into your previous reference, 36.5 is where you would look to take a long position, and this would be in your invalidation at the lows. However, I do think at this stage, if you were to get a deep retrace like that, it makes it kind of risky, because it would be very easy. Again, all you need is a small little kind of catalyst in order to push things down again lower. And we could very easily see those lows taken out. Generally speaking, if you're going to see a short squeeze like this, you want to see it continue and you don't want to give people a chance to get in on that trade. So if we do come down here, that gives people an opportunity. That has happened previously. So we did have that move down into our golden pocket previously. We filled this inefficiency. That should never happen. So if you do get a breakout, you should never come back and test it straight away. The last time we came back and tested it straight away, we crash and we go all the way back down to the lows of the range. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's an area, and that would be an invalidation on the trade. It would give you a trade setup. I wouldn't feel that comfortable in taking it. It's too easy, and you don't want it to be too easy, because when things are too easy, they probably won't work very well. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. I think that's enough from myself. I'm going to go chill out for a couple of hours, then I will be back. We'll do the Asia Open, the daily close, daily open, whatever you want to call it later on. It'll be probably a fairly short trading room. We'll see. We'll see what kind of price action we get towards the end of the day. But yeah, so far, SFP of the highs. But if this is a proper short squeeze, you want to see continuation on this. You don't want to be immediately coming back down here. Let's see if it can form a range, shallow retrace, and then get continuation. Otherwise, these lows become dangerous again. So you've got pretty clear highs for now and half decent lows. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, thank you everybody. I will see you again soon.